In May 2021, I started working in a little bar in Leeds. Practicing graphic design while working at this pub, I was constantly observing the different aspects of design within the setting of a pub. It was interesting to see firsthand all the effects graphic design has on something you wouldn't necessarily directly link to graphic design. Looking more into the links between design and pubs or boozers, I found through some research Cras Clement's Drum, which is a photographic book consisting of 60 black and white images spread across 96 oblong pages. The majority of the images were taken in a pub in the small Irish village of Drum. Clement spent an evening there in 1990 while on a fellowship at the nearby Tyrone Guthrie Centre in Annaghmakerring. Drum consists of all the marks of a mature work: precision, assurance, coherence, and this strange kind of effortless elegance combined with genuine and stylistic originality. This idea of photographing such intimate scenes and capturing a moment within a photograph really resonates with me, especially seeing Clement focus on one old man in the entirety of this book. It showed an element of personal feeling. Perhaps he felt this man was like him in some way. Being mostly pictured alone and most photos looking melancholy and sad, this personalisation of a character the practitioner most likely didn't know is what really interested me in this idealisation of voyeuristic storytelling. An important factor to note, however, is the idea that voyeurism through the lens can be intrusive. There's an element of ethics that goes into photography. The idea of using someone as a subject can be taken in many ways. I personally believe it's important to see the subject as a person with emotions and feeling, not just as something interesting to look at. Which leads me to my next artist, award-winning photographer Bruce Gilden.
The viewer will always feel like he's a participant because I work so close. The viewer gets the feeling that he's in the middle of the action. I use flash a lot because flash helps me visualize my feelings of the city. The energy, the stress, the anxiety, that you find here. What I see is, and the viewer should see, is that a lot of people walking in the city are like lost in thought. They're not paying attention. They're thinking about this. They're thinking about these two guys are good. One second. All right, it's perfect. I want the chill, but not smiling. No smiles. No, walk. It's good. Thank you. No, I forgot what I was saying. I was looking.
Yeah, but my question is about.
I don't care about the question.
I know you don't care about the question.
I wrote that if you can smell the street by looking at the photo, it's a street photograph. You feel like you're really there. I look for characters, things that make an impression on me. Character is someone that's not the average-looking person.
A quote from his official website: "I'm known for taking pictures very close, and the older I get, the closer I get." Gilden challenges the ideologies of ethics within photography. His photographic style is defined by the dynamic accent of his pictures. With the weapon of a flash gun and camera, he is known to snap close-ups of people on the streets of New York, obviously receiving mixed reactions. This results in raw photographs of people. From an ethical viewpoint, however, people don't want someone to shove a camera in their face when they're vulnerable, but the end result is actually some quite interesting photos.
And of course you may get killed, but no one really gives a what you photograph generally. Here, people do care. This is like a war zone. What is he not here? I'm taking a picture. I didn't know you owned the street. Not here, he's telling me.
An artist that, in my opinion, contrasts Gilden is British documentary photographer Martin Parr. He is known for his photographic projects that take a more intimate, satirical and analysing look at aspects of modern life. His interest in humans is what makes his photographs so beautiful. He describes his own work as serious photographs disguised as entertainment. He wants to make the photographs acceptable for an audience, while deep down there are underlying themes that don't show out in your face.
The most interesting subject matter we're ever going to find is going to be people. They are endlessly fascinating. When I'm out shooting, it's a bit like a soap opera. I've identified the sort of places where I want to photograph, and then you're waiting for the right characters to fall into place. Just some people look better than others in photographs. It's as simple as that. So you're waiting for people who are almost like a cliche of their own looks. They're like actors in a play, and you're waiting for them to fall into place.
Overall, it's evident that ethics in photography is a subject that deserves analysation. If someone creates their art in a perceivably unethical way, should they not still receive the rewards of creating good art? Some may argue that it's moments like this where you separate the art from the artist. but I would argue that this is what makes the art itself so personal. Bruce Gilden is the perfect example of this, as he is perceived in most cases as a controversial artist, but he creates such beautiful pieces that it's hard not to link his personality with his photographs. And at the end of the day, I think that is what is important about photography: personality.